Hey friends, Rob coming at you, wishing you all a very happy and safe holiday season. Today, let's get down another Christmas classic and Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. This tune was written by Hugh Martin and Ralph Blaine, and of course made famous by Frank Sinatra and so many others. We're gonna get started with a full demonstration. You can follow along using my tab and my chord sheet at patreon.com/swiftlessons. It's gonna look and sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. Next year all our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. Next year all our troubles will be miles away. Once again, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us will be near to us once more. Someday soon we all will be together, if the fates allow. Until then we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Let's break that down. Okay, a close look at the fretboard of this Lag HV30ACE. This is a phenomenal acoustic guitar that has some really cool built-in features. Of course, it has a tuner, but it also has built-in effects and the ability to record loops, which is fantastic for your practice. If you want to learn more about it, you can find the link in the description and also in the comments. Okay, getting started with our intro section. We're gonna break it up into two parts, line 1 and line 2. Getting started with line number 1. It's gonna look and sound like this, starting with some chord melody. 1, 2, 3, 4, and G. Okay, breaking that down measure by measure, we're starting with a G major chord, but all we really need is the 3rd fret low E string and 2nd fret of the A string. We're gonna use a brush stroke effect here. All right, with our thumb and middle finger, targeting that open G string. All right, from there, open B, and implying the chord E minor 7, we're gonna couple the low E string with the 3rd fret B, and then reach for a high G note. Put that together and we have one measure of music. All right, now the next measure. Playing with the rhythm just a little bit. I'm strumming an A sus4 chord. That's gonna be frets 0, 2, 2, 3. Once again, we're gonna do that brush technique before playing 1, 0, 2, 0, strum of a D7 chord shape. All right, that chord frets 5, 4, 5, 3. Just a C7 chord moved up a full step. All right, that second measure. All right, and I'm using my index and middle finger to pluck that melody. Now let's put measures 1 and 2 together. Should sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. All right, now the next two measures are gonna look and sound like this. All right, so all the same chords right there. We're taking that G major chord shape. Again, all you need is the E and the A strings fretted and arpeggiating. All right, E, D, G, B. Then that's gonna be verbatim from here. Just like before. Now we're going back to the A sus4, strumming through. Before. Walking up to that D dominant 7 chord, playing 0, 4, and arpeggiating. All right, put all that together and we have line number 1 of our chord melody intro. Let's play it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, strum. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Bum, bum, bum. All right, that gets us to line number 2, where we're gonna really explore the fretboard. Looks and sounds like this. Okay, so that began with the chord G major 7. This is a movable shape that you can use to play every major 7 chord in the book. Frets 3, 4, 4, 3. All right, we're gonna start off using our brushstroke technique, taking us from the E string to the G string. Now we're gonna play 3rd fret of the B string and slide up to fret number 8, where we're gonna couple it with the open E string, implying E minor 7. Check it out. Then grab 7th fret of the high E string to finish that measure. Such a beautiful sound. Next, we're going to imply A minor 7 by playing B dominant 7. And before the measure ends, F sharp diminished 7. All right, so this is really putting together that melody, but mixing in some harmony to make it more robust. All right, so grab yourself 10th fret of the B and the 8th fret of the high E string. Couple that with the open A string. Now we're going down in harmony. 8 and 7, 7 and 5. Take that down a full step, 5 and 3. So far you have. All right, now we need to strum 2 chords. B dominant 7, frets 2, 1, 2, 0, 2. That brush stroke is your best friend here. Just slide up into that F sharp diminished 7. Frets 4, 5, 4, 5. All right, put that measure together and we have A minor, B7, diminished. All right, that gets us to the final 2 measures of our chord melody intro. All right, we're gonna play. Okay, so here I'm borrowing some classical elements. I'm gonna play the open E string and 7th fret of the high E string. All right, creating a pattern, E, B, G. Then, 7th fret sliding down to the open string before, an A dominant 7 chord, and sliding a D dominant 7 up, a minor third. All right, you put all that together and we have line number 2. B7, diminish, E minor, slide, A7, D7, and slide. All right, now let's put lines 1 and 2 together and you have the full chord melody intro. 3, 4, and G, A, D7, E minor, A sus, bum, 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 G major 7, slide, A minor, B7, E minor, A7, D7. All right, just like that, if you can play the intro chord melody section, then you're ready to jump into the verse. Okay, beautifully done everybody. You've got that chord melody intro down, and now we're jumping into our verse section. Here we're gonna have a very simple chord progression and fingerstyle pattern. It's gonna be the same thing for the first 2 lines. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Just a G, E minor 7, A minor 7, D dominant 7. All right, and for each of those chords, I'm playing the same pattern. Root, D string, double pluck on the G and the B strings using my index and middle fingers. When you get to the A minor 7, move your root down to the open A string before going to the D7. All right, now the D7 chord, you can play it using this C shape like we did before, or the open position version for a slightly different flavor. All right, you put those first 2 lines of music together and we have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. All right, here we're gonna switch it up. Line number 3. Next year our troubles will be out of sight. All right, and that last D7 chord, again, you can choose which option you want. All right, so let's start with a G major chord. I'm playing the bass note followed by that G and B string. Next, I'm walking down, doing the same thing using an F sharp note. When I get to the E minor 7 chord, I'm gonna play the open E string by itself for a quarter note, and then strum through for that last quarter note of the measure. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. From there, it's back to some familiar techniques. A minor 7, I'll arpeggiate the D7 chord. Before, going to B dominant 7, we've played that one before. Bass D double, bass D double, this time on an E7 chord, adding in that major third. All right, then secondary dominant, A dominant 7, and D7. All right, and anytime you want to arpeggiate that D7 chord, that's a nice touch to throw in. All right, you put all that together and we have verse number 1. See if you can play along with me. A 3, 4, and have yourself a merry little Christmas. You can play with the tempo. Let your heart be light. D7. Walk. Next year our troubles will be out of B7, E7, A7, D7. All right, that gets us to verse number 2, which is almost verbatim. We're just changing up the third line of lyrics, skipping a D7 chord, going straight to B7, where we're gonna have some different chord changes. Looks and sounds like this. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. G major. Make the Riptide gay, all verbatim. And here's where we change it up. Next year all our troubles will be miles away. Okay, so right there we start off with the same walk down. G to E minor 7. Alright, break up that A minor 7. But here we're going to go straight to B dominant 7 and play. The pattern twice before going to a G major chord. 1 and 2 and strum as you move for that first fret high E string and strum through a G7 chord. Alright, put that final line of music together and you have next year all our troubles will be miles away. Twice over E minor 7, G, arpeggio, strum. All right, that gets us into our bridge section where we're gonna get into some really jazzy chord shapes. Okay, excellent work everybody. You've got your chord melody intro and verses 1 and 2 complete. Now we're jumping into our very jazzy bridge section. It's gonna look and sound like this. I'll demonstrate and then break it down for you. A 3, 4, and once again, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. E minor. Faithful friends who are dear to us will be near to us once more. Okay, breaking that down, one line of lyrics at a time. The first line of lyrics, once again, as in olden days. All right, that's 4 chords. A C major 7 chord, frets 3, 5, 4, 5, 3 with the bar. I like to start off with my brush stroke. Then I'm alternating between the root note and that double pluck. Now we're gonna do a C minor major 7, grabbing the 4th frets of the G and the B strings. Here's the full chord. You can do it with your pinky here on the 5th fret of the D string, but that note's not really necessary if you're not gonna pluck it. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now we're gonna do the same picking techniques to B minor 7 and B flat diminished. All right, so right there, B minor 7, bar in the 2nd fret, we've got 4th fret of the D string and 3rd fret of the B. Same thing, brush, bass, double, bass. You can do that to your diminished chord as well. All right, here I'm fretting 1st fret of the A string, 2nd fret D, 2nd fret B. It's kind of like an A7 chord with a B flat in the bass. All right, that's gonna be the hardest section of this bridge. So, once again, as in olden days, so sweet, happy. All right, now back to some familiar chords and picking patterns. Golden days, A minor 7 with that simple arpeggio pattern, the D7 chord followed by our basic pattern over G major 7. All right, that's 2 lines of music. Once again, as in olden days, happy golden days of your E, D double. All right, now we're gonna use that same picking pattern, that bass D double pluck for the E minor chord, a bar chord F sharp dominant 7, and now we're back to B minor, and E dominant 7. If you like, you can hit the low E string or the A string for this chord, because I'm playing it as a C shape, all right? Just like we did for D7, but up a full step now. So line number 3 of the bridge. Faithful friends who are dear to us, E7. All right, take this chord down a full step and play. Will be near to us once more. Okay, so the final line of the bridge. Just take the D7 chord, bass D double, move to an A7 chord in the open position, strum it once, turn it minor, minor 7, and then go to the D7 chord in the open position. Bass G double G strum, strum, dragging that up by minor thirds. Put all that together and we have our bridge section. Let's see if we can play together. A 3 and 4 and once again as in olden days. Happy A minor 7, D7 and G major 7, E minor. Faithful friends who are dear to us, E7 will be near to us, A7, A minor 7, D. All right, so when we're dragging these up by minor thirds, that just means 4 frets distance. All right, watch my index finger. That's where you're gonna track these chord movements. All right, judging the distance, now you're on the 4th fret, and now you're on the 7th fret with the index finger. All right, beautiful technique. If you can do that, then you're ready to jump into your 3rd and final verse. Okay, very good everybody. Now jumping into our 3rd and final verse. This is the last thing you need to learn, and luckily it's verbatim. It's played exactly like verse number 1. The only difference is the final line of lyrics, we're gonna have a slightly different chord progression, and we're gonna throw in a little bit more of that chord melody technique, exploring the fretboard for an outro. All right, it's gonna look and sound like this. See if you can play along with me. Someday soon, we all will be together. It's all verbatim. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A minor 7, D7. Walk. Until then, we'll have to muddle through some B7 chord. How? E7, A7, D7. So, and here's where it's different. The final line of music, have yourself C major 7, a merry little Christmas. All right, we had that A minor 7 to D7 just like we did before. Then we're gonna set up this outro. Now, all right, great way to end the tune. I'm starting off with a G major 7 chord playing, a triple pluck followed by just the G string and the B string. 1 and 2 and. Next, take this up to the 8th fret position with your middle finger there. All right, now I've got frets 9, 9, 8. Couple that with the low E string. So far you have. Next, I'm going to play an A minor 7 chord. I can include the low A string as well. Nice little melody there. Just bar the 5th frets of the D, G, B, and high E strings. Brush stroke technique. Grab the 7th fret high E string. A hammer pull, 5, 7, 5. 8th fret B string ends that lick. Next, I'm going to play a D7 chord as a barred shape. Frets 5, 7, 5, 7, 5 with the bar. Here I'm playing. All right, nice little movement there. Flaring my pinky out, 8th fret B string. Here I have an F sharp, full diminished chord. 9, 10, 8, 10. Then going up to the 12th fret of the B string by itself, a nice little breather. Before resolving to the G major chord, our root chord. All right, you put that last line of lyrics together and we have, so have yourself a merry little Christmas. G major 7. Now E minor, A minor 7, D7, diminished, and G major chord, and that's a wrap. Congratulations, everybody. You're ready to perform. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for checking out this holiday special. I hope you enjoyed it and that this tune is going to help to bring together your family and friends this holiday. Let me know how it goes. Let me know how your practice is going. And real quick, I want to thank my patrons for making this lesson possible. Friends, if you're looking for some extra guidance, I've got tabs at Guitar Pro, and I'm also going to have a sound slice for this lesson. Until next time, this is Rob coming at you from the Jersey Shore, saying happy picking.